What's up, guys? Welcome to your Friday edition of the Crypto Grind Daily Market Update. For those of you who don't know, my name is Stuart, and remember, nothing that I say is financial advice. I'm just some guy talking to his camera about crypto markets, and hopefully people out there are going to be listening and clicking like, subscribing to the channel, and hitting that bell notification. That is something that you can do that is absolutely free, and it helps every YouTube channel. Another thing that you can do, watch this video all the way to the end, drop a comment as well, and we will grow this community together. Great, now that we've got some of that out the way, let's move on to the markets. Bit of a red day, bit of a green day. It seems like we've got a bit of a mix. We have Celsius dropping back down to its old lows. We have seen some news about Celsius again, not the best. Quant, we are going to be talking a little bit about later on. Up 5%, very good position to be holding if you can. We can look around. Chainlink up 8%. We've got Lunar Classic up 4%. Bitcoin, if we have a look over here, it's about the same as what it has been. If I can actually find, it's 19,500. So I don't think we got too much to worry about Bitcoin. If we have a look at the crypto market as a whole, we can see here that the market cap about 952 billion. We obviously are under that trillion mark. We want to see it back there. We want to see it at the 3 trillion mark again one day. We are in a bit of a bear market at the moment, so how long that's going to last is anybody's guess. Personally, I think we're in it for another year to 18 months. Perfect time for anybody out there, especially the new people to crypto. Hopefully you're watching this video, taking what I say in, doing your own research, very important. It's perfect time for anybody to be stacking their bags, filling up with the coins that you think are going to be doing the best, the projects that you are most interested in, and hoping for when that bull market does return that you're going to see the gains that you're hoping, that you want to see. If we have a look at the Bitcoin chart here, just zoom in a little bit, we can see that we do have some signs here that Bitcoin's probably going to start bouncing back at some point in time. These long wicks at the bottom, they do hold hope. But if we actually zoom out here, we can see that Bitcoin is in its normal position that it has been for months. We zoom all the way back, we can see that Bitcoin has been in this zone all the way down here, and been here for a very, very long time. And I think we're going to see Bitcoin here for a very long time still. You can see here we've drawn some lines just to see if these are some of the support levels. If it crashes through that, who knows where we're going to go. More interesting news in the crypto market that did happen earlier on this week, actually yesterday in fact, was the Ethereum merge from the proof of work to proof of stake. What was the actual outcome of that? Well, it was successful, but nothing more really happened. If we move to the Ethereum chart here, we can actually see that around about, if we go back, I think it was about here. You can see here, that was about the time. It actually went down. Now, I'm not too sure why it went down, but this is a 4-hourly chart. It was a bit volatile. It spiked up, then went back down, and it sort of followed the whole market. If we have a look at Bitcoin at this sort of time, we can see it's followed the trend of Bitcoin. We always have to watch Bitcoin. And this was also follow the market. So from that time, if we have a look here, from the time of the merge to now, we are down about 12.5 to 13%. So it's unfortunate it didn't happen. It is big for Ethereum. Ethereum is definitely here to stay. So for everybody holding, don't lose hope. It's still, Ethereum possibly will flip Bitcoin one day. If it does continue to crash, well, or to drop rather, who knows, might be a good buying opportunity. Again, nothing that I say is financial advice, so always do your own research and only buy any position that you are willing to lose with money that you have spared. Do not throw money that you need into these things, because it becomes emotional and then it becomes very scary when the markets fluctuate. If we get to some actual news for the day, well, we've got a couple. We've got the US CFTC preparing to be a major regulator in the crypto market. Now, the CFTC stands for Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and they're preparing to become a major regulator of the cryptocurrency market, according to their head. His name is Rostin Benham. Obviously, a big thing for them is trying to create this volatility or prevent the volatility that does happen and try and regulate it to protect the individual investors. Committee leaders are pushing for more regulations or rules for crypto industry. The CFTC will be at the center of them alongside SEC Gary Gensler. Not necessarily everybody's favorite person, but Gary Gensler, he is the chairman of the SEC. He's already spoken in his testimony as expected. Much to the dismay of the popular voices in the crypto industry, he received criticism. He's very critical of crypto as a whole, doesn't believe in it. I think there are a lot of people out there who do see a lot of value in these decentralized assets. Gary Gensler, unfortunately, is not one of them. Roston Benham over here said all digital commodity platforms must maintain adequate financial, operational, and managerial resources, segregate customers' funds, and comply with commission requirements for the treatment of customer assets. These tools have proven effective in preserving customer funds and market operations in times of instability, uncertainty, or market misconduct. Now, another one that we have seen coming up in the last few hours was a regulatory framework that was released by the White House. Now, we do know, and it will even say here, that President Biden did instruct his agencies to do a sort of risk and benefits analysis of crypto so they can start getting towards regulations. We do know regulations are coming. It's ultimately what's going to happen, but we do want to see that our decentralized cryptos stay that way. Very important, or else all of this was for nothing. A few things that they did announce. Some things on stable coins. Now, this is in reaction to what happened with the Terra crash earlier on this year. Obviously, the Terra ecosystem was pegged to a stable coin called UST. They've been on the radar for regulators for a while now. Part of the framework has emphasized that these stable coins are not tied with regulations. It could prove to be disruptive for investors. We've obviously seen what happened. People lost a lot of money. Another one is to sort of look at illicit activities. We do know that there can be some black market trading when it comes to cryptocurrencies. It's one of the reasons why Tornado Cash was targeted the way they were. President will evaluate whether to call upon Congress to amend the Bank Secrecy Act, anti-tipple statutes, and laws against unlicensed money transmitting to apply explicitly to digital asset service providers, including digital asset exchanges and NFTs. Something else that came out of this, which is very interesting, is that they're going to be looking at CBDCs, and they're going to be looking at CBDCs with the help of the Digital Dollar Foundation. Now, very interestingly, the Digital Dollar Foundation has created a sandbox with Ripple. We have been speaking about Ripple with CBDCs for a long time. They are one of the major players in there now. We do have other sort of organizations working with these CBDC sort of foundations, but Ripple and their settlement token, which will be used as a settlement, XRP, are in a lot of these CBDCs, and it looks like they're going to come out as top contenders when it comes to the US. We do have other contenders other than XRP. Remember, we've got Quant, we've got HBAR, we've got ALGORAND, we've got XLM, all of those, Stellar Lumen. All of them will be in contention, but with the experience that Ripple brings to this market, I would not be surprised if they're going to be instrumental in helping out the US CBDC project, the Digital Dollar Foundation. Now, interestingly, they've got two partners here. They've got Essentia, who, if we actually move to the memberships for the Digital Pound Foundation, now this is very interesting here, we will see that Essentia is one of their partners as well. So obviously they're going to be pulling on Essentia's knowledge and what they've learned from working with the Digital Pound Foundation and applying that to the Digital Dollar Foundation. Now we can also see here other partners as part of the Digital Foundation. Ripple, once again, Quant, Avalanche, very, very, very good crypto assets to be looking at. And if they're going to be working with these CBDC organizations, you can bet that if you have yourself in a position in one of these, it's going to be really good in the future. How long it'll take, who knows? But in 10 years' time, everybody who invested now, personally, I do feel that you'll be very, very happy that you got yourself in at these levels. When we have a look at the price of like Ripple, as XRP rather, as an example, it is sitting at around about 32 cents currently as I'm talking to you. It's highly undervalued, in my opinion. But again, it's only my opinion. We'll just have to wait and see how this one plays out. Moving on to a little bit of information, we did mention HBAR. Now, we have been speaking about HBAR and how much utility it has. Well, here's another one. HBAR, if we just have a look here, HBAR have actually reached out to Helium. Now, we have spoken about Helium, and they've said, well, guess what, Helium, you're considering Solana, you've been told that ALGORAND is a good choice. Well, we're also a good choice. Look here, watts per hour in terms of being green, HBAR, right down here at the bottom. It's almost carbon neutral. ALGORAND is also very good in terms of watts per hour. Compare that to Bitcoin, that's all the way up here now. Ethereum will come down to those sort of levels as well. But, HBAR put the name in the hat. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to go the way that Helium, anybody who doesn't support the move to Solana is hoping. But, that they might pause the vote and we might see the move to HBAR, we might see the move to ALGORAND. Another one that I did want to bring up here as part of HBAR's growing ecosystem is they're working with a company called Avery Dennison. Now, Avery Dennison are going to be using the likes of HBAR to help out when it comes to the supply chains. Any company that works in a supply chain, HBAR can be used to facilitate these transactions, and obviously the settlement token will be HBAR, and they're going to be working with Hedera Hashgraph. So more utility coming to that space. Again, I do think in the next bull run, utility will win. Utility and anything that does have levels like this when it's watt per hour transaction. We've got Cardano and Polkadot up here now. Cardano has or will be going through an upgrade as well, a hard fork within the next week or so, and this will also decrease, but still give them scalability and increased transaction speed. So again, something to watch the space for. Moving to our final thing, we have been speaking about the Helium vote. Well, here are the latest numbers for anybody interested. We can see here that it looks like the vote to move into the Solana ecosystem is going to be successful for this improvement project. Like I said, who knows? But unfortunately, for everybody who doesn't want it to happen, get in there and vote. That's the only way that you can try and change things, have your say. And that is everything that I have for you guys today. It is a Friday. I hope everybody has a fantastic weekend. If you are actually watching this on a Friday, if you're watching another time, I hope you had a good weekend. Or one coming, I hope it's great. And I will catch you in the next one.